this kick. So far it's still very good for you, but um, there's a minor loss here because of this cut, right? So it's gonna be difficult for you to rescue that stone. In the game you played B. Um, that's the best way to minimize the damage, maybe, but maybe not. Uh, it feels like if you play B and I play C, okay, you minimize the territory, but I'm still very thick, right? So it won't be a problem for me. I feel like maybe D is better in terms of like staying strong on the outside while minimizing the damage anyways. That like it's almost the same, right? And you'd rather have a stone at D than at B as black, because once you play B and white plays C, the B stone's gonna be damaged. So in later, if you play this Kosumi and I fix somehow, I could fix like this as well, but still the two stone is better than having a stone at A. And your shape from B to C is reasonably strong. It protects the left quite well, I feel, and it's it's strong enough, I guess. Other moves to consider besides A and B are maybe you could think about C as well. It's okay. It's similar to A. D could be a thing as well, but it's more circumstantial, I think. Maybe if you get more stones around E, then it makes sense. But I think A or C are better than B. But yeah, those are forcing moves you have around there that could help in a fight. I feel like B is more for taking territory away, right? Maybe B makes more sense in Yose if you play something like this. Or maybe you want to live. Maybe these two moves, the A B combination, are a good combo for making life if you end up isolated with this group. Okay, a jump. Okay, I pushed. Mm, I was wondering, maybe you should just honey. Maybe you can even honey from here. You want to apply as much pressure as possible on the A stones because there's still agi against the B stone. You can still try to drag it out, right? Uh, so if I was planning on hunting, and I think you can probably cut, and I would probably need to come back and then somehow you fix things. Maybe you fix like this. The question is there agi on the top? But I don't know. Even if there is some agi, you can always sack the A stones. They are not important anymore. Um, so maybe what what can I do? This maybe this Sunne is the most severe. But again, if you take this stone, you're super thick on the outside, and uh, I'm not taking anything uh, important here. Okay, yeah, maybe Hane was the best, and you can steal Hane from here. And I feel like this is more urgent than taking a cap on the left, because my stone here is still weak, and when you play B, it works not that differently from a cap around C actually, because B is also taking a lot of strength towards the center, right? So uh, maybe B was better, but C is okay as well, I think. uh, it's it's okay, but it's gonna be a bit complicated. Maybe do you remember Kato Masao's book? Uh, yeah, but the chapter on caps. I don't remember if there is an isolated chapter on caps, but at some point he discusses capping groups. And when you have some weakness left behind, for example, from B to C, um, it's a speedy jump. So there are some more weaknesses than average. So if you cap, uh, you might not be strong enough to cap actually. So what you can do in those situations is cap from even further, and now it's much more difficult for Y to do anything. And it's similar to, for example, let's see, um, let me mm, something like this. And sometimes you just can't cap at A because there's a defect at B, especially after Y takes C. So in those cases, sometimes they cap at D um, is the proper move, the better move, because the weakness around E is from D to E, right? Is less severe, so it's easier to handle, and it's more difficult for Y to cut in, in that uh, in that shape. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this bump. The weakness here is probably around here. It's still kind of difficult for you to do anything here, but you could you could try a compromise like this. AI usually prefers white in these shapes because white is very thick, even though this territory on the left is not ideal because it feels over concentrated. AI usually likes these sort of super thick shapes going through white shape, a black shape. But in this case, maybe it's doable because your corner is getting massive, uh, and I think you're likely to get A in Sente, so you're going to reduce me even further. And this is also working well with the rest of the board, I think. Um, yeah, this is I think it's a good way to compromise. Um, yeah, but this bump is more challenging than I expected. My shape gets heavy, uh, but here your best option to counterattack me and make me even heavier and make things more challenging for me is to honey. Um, the honey leaves a cut, but from A to B we have an elephant jump, and usually the defect around D is severe, but when I say usually, it's like most people think it's severe, but in this case, if I move out with an empty triangle, my shape gets even heavier, and you're still gonna have the time to protect on the outside or treat your groups lightly. If I move out like this, you can maybe protect yourself on the outside, um, And if I need to keep on moving out like this, I'm pushing from behind, right? So that's not great. What I well, intended on doing was to hane here. I don't think you can cut because even though you can cut, but I don't think it's a good idea because the AB shape is not great. I can move out like this, I think, and now it's gonna be difficult for you to uh, handle everything. All I need to do is probably just handle the AB group, while I need to handle C, D, E, and F. It's gonna be more challenging for you, I think. So the best thing for you would just be like protecting yourself, and then I take a tiger's mouth. Maybe you defend like this, and you keep on attacking me while taking territory and reinforcing your outside shape. So the AB shape is okay. You have the ladder, and I still don't have any eyes, no territory, and the C move is not only rescuing the D stones but also reinforcing your corner. Mm, okay, then I managed to push. You can still do something similar to what I just mentioned, like get a honey here. Uh, I could try to cut, but mm, maybe cutting is possible here. But I feel like, will I have the time to do things? Because if you take the tiger's mouth here, maybe I can poke out. Maybe you push again. Mm, no option. Probably need to push again. Yeah, but the thing is, I can't really capture the outside stone, right? So yeah, this is not good for me. Like if I need to jump here, you can just move out with this stone and too much. So I don't think I can cut. I will need to like honey from here, and then you can do the same thing as in the other variation probably. And now I get a slightly better tiger's mouth, I think. A little bit more liberties for my group as well, but you can do the same thing. Uh, Go back to the corner. Okay, it's similar in the game, but uh, what is it? Oh, in that variation, can I? Yeah, of course, I can come back here as well. Uh, so what was it? Here, if honey. Oh, so this is the only. This is the time for you to force me into the tiger's mouth, I think. If this happens and I do this, it's gonna be uh, like this weakness is a much bigger issue than in the other variation where I have a stone at B. Now, if you do this, mm, I still have moves like this. Yeah, but this, then you damage the this bottom stone. Maybe the best thing I can do is this. Then you take the tiger's mouth for the corner, and maybe this is the shape. Don't know. You could probably tenuki from here. I don't think I can really kill you. Uh, I can reduce you quite a lot, but the outside is still huge for you, and this turn is just, oh my god. If you turn here, it's like almost game over, right? I feel like uh, you turn, you reinforce your group. My territory just shrunk to pretty much nothing, and your uh, bottom right is getting huge. So I would need a miracle from there. Then I managed. This push was so crucial. Maybe this is the one of the best examples of a Tenosan, right? The higher ground stuff. I have the lower ground here, but at least I'm pushing you back, maybe. Uh, okay. Just a second. Okay. Let's keep going. Do I have any other options here? Uh, Maybe you could try to fight back here. Do something like this. If I cut, is this possible? Maybe this is possible as a last resort, but you can always connect like this, I think, right? There's no way for me to cut you, I think. The best way would for me to try to cut you would be this. Does it work? If I extend, can you do this? Mm, well, if I need this exchange to rescue those stones, then you can just capture me, right? So, uh, so I don't think there is a problem here. In the game, so in the game later you play this one, right? Um, I was considering trying to like cut you, but I still have a lot of weaknesses around A. So I thought, no, if he connects in Dame, whatever. But because from A to B, it's almost Dame because you don't make many points, right? But maybe I can try. Uh, it's difficult to hold you. Uh, C9. C9. Oh, you mean this? Yeah. Mm, let's see. Stuff like this, you mean? In this case, yeah, I can disconnect you. It is big. You probably can live with shapes like V's. And the question is, can I really hold you? Like, for example, uh, you do have these letters, so you could consider counterattacking me very severely, actually. Um, if stuff like this happens, I don't even know how to protect myself back here. Like, let's say I just jump, you can still like get many forcing moves around this while taking territory. Uh, it seemed risky for me. Maybe it's doable, but you can even probably just peep here and maybe try to move out like this. It's complicated. Uh, yeah, even though you're not alive, you have a ton of liberties and a ton of uh, outside strength. So mm it's difficult for me to uh, keep you in. Uh, yeah, maybe AI finds a better move. But here, even if you want to reinforce that shape, I think there are better moves than this, right? Maybe you played this move because you were short on time. Uh, yeah, it's understandable, but uh, you could maybe play this move first. I think it's a good question. If I connect, then maybe you don't need to play anything else. Now it looks like maybe you're connected. Yeah. Uh, yeah. If I try to disconnect you, you can probably just cut me. And if I connect back, even if I connect back, and you come back, uh, then yeah, I don't. Is there a problem here? I think it's okay. So maybe this was the best move for you locally, and maybe this is a good time to make this exchange, but I'll probably ignore, quite frankly, because this is too much. So maybe you can just take that exchange at any point. So maybe that's why this group isn't attackable or isn't containable after you play A. Um, yeah, so maybe that was all right. Okay, you blocked, but you need to block here. I this is kind of a Joseki-ish. This shape in the corner, this broken came up from the 4-4. It does appear even in pro games, and when it happens, I think you have like two options. The first option is this. Sometimes you can play this. Uh, White takes the outside, and sometimes you can like focus on the right side instead of taking the corner. But 99% of the time you want to block here. Um, and then and I'll probably play here. I could also connect. Mm, both are fine, I think. Let's say I play here, and now you can just extend probably. Maybe jump is okay as well, but mm, yeah, extend. If you extend, it's more solid, but it does leave invasions here, which are a bit annoying. If you jump, then later I'll have the benefits of stuff like this. But maybe jumping is better. Yeah, in this case it might be better because it works well with the A stone. So, yeah, maybe jumping is better. Locally, extending might be better, but the jump is better. Nice tiger's mouth, but yeah, blocking, not blocking was too painful. Okay, maybe in this case, the best for you was to jump here instead, because now you have A as an option for reductions. You could also consider stuff like B. Uh, you have C as well as a way of poking at D, and maybe trying to leave uh, on the bottom side. So let's say, and you're threatening to push at E, threatening cuts at F and G. So I think the Kema was better. Okay, and just this jump, I don't see a reason why this jump isn't better. Maybe we're afraid of this, but I don't think he does anything. Like, we can just block. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to counterattack this, but how to properly counterattack this, but maybe you could try something like this. It's kind of risky. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's not a good idea. Mm, could this work? Maybe this works. Maybe I can live with this group still, do something on the right side, but mm, I'm gonna face a lot of damage on the outside. Maybe that's better. Okay, this is usually not a good idea to try to cut through S9. Yeah, S9. Yeah, yeah, that looks better. I can still probably live, right? Yeah, because you need to take. Oh, maybe you can take it like this, but I can still live. Yeah, but this is better. Yeah, of course. Cutting with empty triangles is usually not great. The other cut is this one. Uh, you can even go down here. Maybe this is even better. I don't know. I'm still not alive. I need to run somehow. Keep pushing first. And while attacking me, maybe you can solidify your top right corner. Yeah, when you cut and I push, this Atari is gonna be painful. Maybe you should just extend at least once. There's no danger. After you extend at A, there is very little danger behind the B stones. Maybe then this, like, you extend it again, and you can keep on extending and cutting me. Actually, I'm not alive yet. Maybe here is the timing for you to peep and then push. I'm not gonna die with this group, but you can profit while attacking me. After this on it, the Atari, my life is much easier because even if you cut, I can just Atari and come out like this. You can rescue that stone, but it's nothing that important. You rescued those stones in Sente, but uh, maybe you could do better with this peep. If you peep first and then you rescue, uh, it's more annoying and it reduces me a little bit further. So this is probably the best I can do. And you get like a maybe 5-point reduction in Sente extra. Here, why not just this? if you play there, maybe I can get some exchanges like this, stuff like this to further reduce you. But in this case, I'll still need to try to find my way back. And now maybe you take the corner, I take back something on the top left. But I feel like it's better than the game because you get a little bit more in the corner, and this territory, the A through more or less B, feels like a bit bigger or more efficient to me. Okay. You can go down and you can keep on attacking me, but not so directly. If you play a protecting move here and I connect, okay, I stole your corner, but at least you can probably kill my stones on the top on a larger scale. And you're still gonna have, maybe you can, maybe not now, play V sorts of moves at some point. And so I'm gonna be reduced to the second line, which is lame. So I think this might be the better variation. Like this, you kind of die, and even though you're probably going to be able to still capture my stones, but it's going to be on a smaller scale, and you still have the B cutting point. Yeah, these things didn't work so well. And you have to be careful here because you lose a liberty, right? With the A move. So maybe the B cut is more severe now. I was wondering if I could connect. When you push, if I play this, maybe Atari. Can I do anything here? Is maybe I can extend? Then you cut. If I cut, there is nothing. Okay, there is something. Replay here. Now I can at most squeeze you, which is not that bad. I get some territory back, but not that great either. Yeah, you couldn't. You, you you need to just extend. Okay. Maybe it was better for you to keep this stone. And then yeah, but it's this is it's a little bit, maybe 12 points. Maybe the best move is actually to just capture and capture. There are bigger moves on the board, so I'm not sure if I would capture directly. It's still pretty big, but maybe I would first play V's exchanges in the bottom left and then capture. These exchanges are mostly sent, so I can do it still. But what I mean is that the loss around A is probably a little bit bigger than losing those tones, I feel, in terms of end game. Maybe it's better to just connect, but and then take Sente. But I feel like if you try to capture V's in Co, now it's a little bit smaller because when you cut at A, you're not extending at B anymore, right? So in the other variation, if I connect, you can extend. So uh, it's smaller, and if you capture in a call, you're spending two moves basically. As a co-fret, maybe it's a good timing for you to play this. Uh, it's a minor reduction. In the game, I managed to play there myself uh, first, uh, but it's just a minor thing. Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect to have so many co-frets. Uh, but in the bottom left, uh, I managed to squeeze you kind of. E2. Yeah, uh, yeah, those do matter. Uh, but in this case, I think they don't matter that much because yeah, maybe it does matter because it's a minor. When I play this, after I get V's, uh, so you can't really connect here. Uh, but if you had played this one, mm, this is well, you can't. Now it's a go. Oops, like this. Because if you capture, then game over. Uh, let's see. Is there anything else you can do? Maybe you play this first. No. Mm, then this is still a code. So there was more agi than expected, and maybe this is the only move actually. I tend to, in general, I tend to dislike this move because this is a very useful move as well, and it protects a lot of territory for white in Sente, and it's very much like black plays here, white plays here, and black blocks. This is what it feels to me. Sometimes it is better use, that's true. Um, but given that you have some problems, some squeezing problems in the bottom left, um, I don't know if it's a good idea. Um, what else? Let's just skip through uh, later. What I was planning on doing as a co-thread was something like throwing. Then you probably need to capture, and then I can maybe also connect as a co-thread, because now if you don't answer, there is this. Yeah. Mm, yeah, not great. Uh, yeah, so fighting this goal was really, really difficult for you. And one of the reasons why is I think I got too thick with these groups, and they are all very connected. They don't have that many cutting points, right? They're all like straight shapes or directly connected shapes. So in this sense, it's difficult to find co-threads against me. Um, but mm, okay. Oh, oh, no problem. Um, so I, it's a little bit late for me, but I'll be, so I won't be able to review that game today. Sorry, but before we uh, uh, end this session, let me just show you that what happens with that Joseki. Uh, if white pushes and then pushes again, black will take the left side. And now we have two options. You've said there was no problem with A, and A is okay-ish. I think AI thinks it's a 2 point loss maybe. But if you go through Joseki books, it's gonna say they are gonna say A is like a big mistake, like maybe falling for a big trick at least. Um, when you cut here uh, for for white, black's only move is probably just capturing, and then white will take an Atari and then connect. It looks like not much, but it's very much like when you play this move and then white blocks, you go down, and when white blocks here, the proper move and the AI move is to take a Kusumi, because if you don't, white will attach Atari and then get this Atari. And now white has managed to reduce the corner while taking a very thick outside on both sides. If you resist uh, on the top left, if you resist with this extension, then when white honeys here, you cannot block, because white can cut here and apply the Tombstone Tesuji. And the Tombstone Tesuji is why I said that maybe you can get zero point 0.5 to 1 stone by learning this Joseki, because the Tombstone Tesuji appears in a lot of other uh, trick play Josekis, but Tsumegos as well, and uh, even just regular Josekis have the Tombstone Tesuji, uh, and many. When I say regular Josekis, is I mean real Josekis, not trick plays. This is more like falling for a trick play. Now black needs to come back, and then white takes the corner on a larger scale. If black keeps on trying to resist, maybe now if black connects, you come from here, and black can probably still find life maybe, because the issue here is that trying to hold back back black back is difficult, because black always has this Atari and then this, and so uh, black can kinda crawl back. So white does need to be careful, but if white manages to find life, it should be fine. So I don't even know what to do here for white, but everything seems fine. Now maybe just leave. Uh, uh, this is also kind of tricky, because there's this Tsumigo. Uh, Now if you capture, black can take the inside stones. Mm. So maybe what to do? Oh, maybe this. Maybe this is the shape. In this shape, the Tesuji is this, but this is the countering move. Does it work? No, because black can cut. So if something like this. Ah, so this looks challenging. A16. A15 for black? Well, but like this? Mm, but just push or what? This maybe? No. Hmm? To just yeah. Just go in. So maybe white needs to. Oh, yeah, it's black will need to do this. Maybe white just saves the corner. Then we have this Atari though. Hmm. Should be okay for white. It's very. Oh, white plays here maybe, and then now maybe white is okay. Yeah, maybe white is okay. You can still force black into the second line because black will die first, and yeah, you can force him into the second line, and then maybe come back. And now you're strong enough to. Oh, black still needs to keep on crawling. At some point, you come back, and now you're probably strong enough to deal with this. So maybe it doesn't bother white much anymore. So maybe this is the key point because black still needs to answer anyways. If you play here, black doesn't have the time to come back here. I think. Yeah, black's gonna die first. Maybe even now. Yeah, just come here now. The end. Yeah, but it shouldn't be like once you get this shape of as black, like the best you can do. The best you can do is just run away and hope to live. But yeah, it's more it's trickier than expected. But yeah, in this move is not easy to find if it is the correct move. Uh, oh, if you play this one first, and then block, and then play this, maybe now black can capture. If you go down, is it the same? Uh, White frozen. Well, now black can play this. White goes down. Black can still play this. So maybe this is not. This doesn't feel like the correct order, right? But I. Mm, uh, yeah, yeah. The Tombstone Tesuji isn't that easy to see if you haven't been able to suffer through uh, it in your own games. Yeah, being the victim and being able to play at least once. Like Maybe you try to play it once or twice and it fails, and that's enough for you to finally break through using the Tombstone Tesuji. And it kind of actually appeared in our game today, right? Indirectly, because if you uh, if you play anything and I play here and you try to block, I can just cut, right? So it's again the Tombstone Tetsuji. Uh, but in this case, it could be uh, more challenging for white because maybe black can find something here, right? Black can squeeze and find life. Uh, that doesn't mean it's great for black because maybe uh, the outside is weak enough for white, but oh, maybe this is okay for black in the end. So maybe white can't do this directly. So here's an example of how the Tombstone Tetsuji can backfire or create more problems than expected. It's not always the better move, the best move, right? Just because you put your opponents into a dumpling shape doesn't mean it's great. I'm with a dumpling shape as well with the A group, so uh, so maybe this is okay. Maybe white needs to play the honey from this side, and now black crawls. Maybe this is better than this, maybe. Uh, Maybe this. Can I do this? Mm, yeah, but if I need move 20, then it might be a problem for me because I this was probably necessary to eliminate the Aji in the corner. Uh, if and I don't know if 22 is even enough against this tone, right? There's still like this was like this as we seen earlier. So yeah, in this case, maybe the Tombstone Tetsuji isn't enough for white, and it's all because this cut is much more of a problem than it seems. I still think that this cut wasn't the best, but uh, it's still a cut, right? So it eliminates at least one liberty of the B stones. Okay, do you have any questions?